Hey, what's up guys? Your second favorite PE teacher, Denver, and there are tons of changes for us in Fortnite today in Season 5. Some of them good, some of them not good at all for Fortnite and you. Hit like and subscribe right now and click that little notification bell for tons of awesome new Fortnite videos coming out all the time. Let's see what all changed in Fortnite and what you should get ready for. Viking ships, desert outposts, and ancient statues have appeared across the island is the first thing Epic wants us to know. Then they tell us hop in an all-terrain cart, also known as an ATK, with your squad. Apparently 4 people can sit on this thing, and even if you're in the back seat of this, you still have some kind of control over the cart. To my understanding, in terms of like jumping the cart, you guys got to work together and time it together. On top of the cart, I believe the rooftop is a bounce pad. For the Save the World people, we got like a Wild West type of feel, so if you guys are into Save the World, cool. What I'm hoping for is Wild West coming to Battle Royale, which I still believe it will. I could be wrong, but I still believe it will. Now, new season, new battle pass, 100 levels, over 100 new rewards available in-game right now for 950 V-Bucks. Apparently this battle pass is way better than the battle passes we've had before. And the last thing in this top section are rifts. It says test your courage and step through a rift. You're in for a wild ride. The rifts are basically like the portals, the time portals that we weren't sure what they were. You can walk into them now and, like it says, go for a wild ride. Some of the general changes: when the invite to party prompt appears in the UI, you can now immediately accept it rather than having to go to the party finder. Nice little change, not a big deal, but again, little change is always better. The news widget has been adjusted to avoid the need of a scroll bar in most cases. Why that was that way from the start, I don't know, but again, they fixed it. Little change is always good. It also says the scroll option has been added for controller users in the event that scrolling is needed. I didn't know there was an issue with that for you guys. I did know there was an issue in loading times though, so check this out. Updated consoles to use less shader storage. This improves patch sizes, cool, and reduces load times. That's what's good about it. Also optimize file ordering to reduce load times on all platforms, so good for all of us. And then it says the Epic Friends button now appears on the main menu when using a gamepad on Windows or Mac. Bug fixes, check this out. I had this issue all the time. I don't know if you guys did, but it says fixed an issue that intermittently caused the push to talk setting to not function as intended. I would have to like go into settings, turn it off, turn it back on again, and I'd have to do that like every other game. It drove me nuts. Also, it says block players will no longer show as suggested friends. Weapons and items. Shotguns will now indicate how many pellets hit, visible within the reticle. Also, it says adjusted. This is a big one. Shotgun spread patterns to be consistent with no random variation. Enough of the 7 damage, 9 damage headshots. Every single time you shoot that shotgun, the same spread of the pellets will be used every single time you fire a shot from that shotgun. They needed to do this so long ago, and I'm so glad it's in the game now. Heavy shotgun now fires 10 pellets rather than 5. This could be a good thing. This could be a bad thing. Every single pellet that misses when you have 10 is less damage missed, but at the same time, if you only have to hit 5 pellets, it's a lot more damage per pellet. So if you had trouble landing pellets, you would want to hit 1 out of 5 instead of 1 out of 10. It's going to be more damage. So we'll see how that plays out, considering the heavy shotgun is so strong right now. It also says maximum damage for the heavy shotgun remains unchanged. This is a good thing. They're not nerfing the heavy shotgun, just a change. Hopefully you guys can be consistent with your aiming. I'm going to try to also. Now this is a nerf, and I might catch some flack for this, but I'm happy this is happening because I'm tired of all the double shotguns. I can't believe it took them this long to fix it, to be honest. After firing a shotgun, another shotgun cannot be fired for a very short time. I'm happy about it. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. The double shotgun meta, I mean, here's the thing. You go through an entire game, you loot everything, you're shielded up, you got 200 shield, you run into somebody who's really good, or even possibly just runs around a corner and their barrel is like right in your eyeball, and they shoot, switch, shoot with a shotgun. Now, anybody who's good, you've seen the pros do it, just thunk, thunk with a heavy shotgun, or even a tactical shotgun, or even a pump to attack. I mean, 2 shots to the head, you're dead. Your entire game ends within a half a second, sometimes before you even get to build a wall. Epic does not like that. That's not fun. Honestly, you want to at least be able to fight. Change the damage drop-off profile for the suppressed SMG to be the same as other SMGs. Darn it, it says fall off starts at 24 meters instead of 28. And then we have a few damage reduction stats right below you guys can check out here on the screen. The suppressed SMG could snipe people from so far away. This is an SMG This is a close range gun. It should not be able to snipe people from very far away. And apparently Epic wanted people to know that you should not be using this as a long range gun. It will have a damage drop off, but it will still be just as deadly at close range. So if you guys are liking the suppressed SMG like I am, get ready because it's the same thing. You just won't be able to snipe people with it. The all-terrain car, it says it has room for your entire squad. Get a speed boost after drifting. Sweet. The roof acts as a balance pad. There it is right there. Work together as rear passengers to leap over obstacles with the all-terrain car. Lean back and release at the same time for a higher jump. Check that out. So hopefully your whole team can work together and get a higher jump off some hills and things like that. Lean back by holding S on keyboards or holding back on the thumbstick for controllers. And then it says map updated. You guys ready for this? New biome, desert. It's in the southeast corner of the map. It's where Moisty Mire was. New location, Paradise Palms. That is, I believe, oh, you know what? That's in the desert. What am I saying? That's basically the new Moisty Mire. The Lazy Links is now where Anarchy was. So Anarchy Acres is gone. Rest in peace. Get some Fs in the chat for Anarchy Acres. We now have Lazy Links. I can't wait to drop there. I've been wanting to get into golf my entire life, and I never have been, so now I can pretend to do it in a video game. A few unnamed POIs have also appeared across the island. I'll be checking those out with a top places to land pretty soon. I'll let you guys know if those are good places to land or not. The center of storm circles 7, 8, and 9 can now shift in random directions. Instead of just shrinking, as the storm closes in, it will move and shrink to the new location. Starting in Season 5, progressive challenges will no longer be restricted to a single season. This is huge, guys. You don't only have this season. You can literally take as long as you want in it. You can be working on these challenges in Season 10 if you want to. You can now complete progressive challenges at your own pace, it says. Progressive challenges are now completed by acquiring a fixed amount of XP and is no longer dependent on your season level. Next up, the weekly challenges are now split into two sections. You have a free and a battle pass challenge. The first 3 challenges will be available for free, while the last 4 are only available if you own the battle pass. The threshold to unlock the weekly challenge reward will remain at 4. Down but not out players now have smaller collision. And by the way, down but not out just means basically knocked. That's like the PG rated version from Epic. Previously, their collision was at the standing height, which blocked DBNO players from crawling under doors and blocks building collision in some cases. So basically you have a better chance of like crawling into like a little corner or something like that underneath a wall trying to hide. You won't have such a big hitbox. You'll be able to squeeze in tight places and hopefully survive. Next up, emoting will now interrupt sprinting. Check this one out. You now earn XP for reviving teammates in 50v50 in teams of 20 LTMs up to 3 times per match. This one cracks me up. The first time you do it, apparently you get 30 experience, and then you get 10, and then you get 10. Nobody wants to pick anybody up in 50v50s and teams of 20 LTMs. Honestly, I'm there to attack and learn and grow. I don't want to spend 10 seconds picking some random stranger up only for them to die again like 5 seconds later. But now we have an incentive to do so. So thank you, Epic, for the extra experience to treat all those nice people that picked me up when I was an idiot and died. You now have bonus experience. Small change, but I think will make a big difference. Weapon reticle will now fade slightly when reloading out of ammo or changing weapons. What this is saying is that when it's faded slightly, you can't shoot it. So reloading out of ammo when you're changing weapons, as soon as it gets bright again, you'll be able to shoot. That's just another way to let people know, like, okay, you're good to go. You can actually shoot right now. This will definitely come into play when people try to double shotgun still. I mean, I'm sure it'll be out there. Somebody will figure out a way to double shotgun, but it'll show us when we can't shoot, and that's always a good thing. More info, the better. Now, honestly, I'm just waiting for the time when we can actually change the color of our weapon reticle. I want that so bad. I don't want the white. I want like a bright green or red, something like that that's easier to see. Audio added unique ambient audio to the new desert biome. Awesome. More unique ambient audio for the map will be coming in future updates. Audio, sound, music, it all matters so much. It's one of those things that you don't really notice until it's like off. Then you go, oh my gosh, this feels really empty. So the fact that we have ambient audio in the desert biome is so cool. Lowered the volume of the battle pass challenge. Success sound, good. I didn't know that was an issue. UI audio has been redesigned, all button and interface sounds updated. Very cool. Now they just need to balance the sound. They've done a good job, but some sounds are so loud and some are so quiet. They just really need to balance the sound or give us the ability to balance the sound ourselves. Streamer mode no longer just says player, whatever the number was. Instead, it now uses the player's cosmetic character as their display name. So the character, so it'll say like I use the Nog Ops all the time. It'll say Nog Ops number blah 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 instead of just player. It'll name the skin instead. If anything, that actually probably gives up more information for streamers. I don't know if that's actually a good idea. I mean, if Ninja or somebody always uses the same skin, maybe they don't want to be known as that skin on the kill feed, because then people will probably know where they're at, or at least know that they're in the game. It's a stretch, but it could be a big deal in tournaments, so we'll see how that turns out. Added extra audio and visual fanfare to the Victory Royale end of match sequence. Zooming in and out of the map is now twice as fast with the controller. Good. Again, didn't know that was a problem for you guys. I haven't even seen anybody complain about it, but I'm sure it's going to be a nice relief for some of you console players so you can zoom in a little faster. The Play Again button will now allow players to preview pickaxe, visual, and sound effects in the item shop, battle pass, and locker. Good. New faster animation for displaying XP sources have been added to the end of match stat screen. Good. Art and animation. Revive animations are no longer skipped if the player was reloading when down. Effects now appear properly when jumping with the pot of gold harvesting tool. And the very last of it is to mobile players. Auto fire has been added as an option on mobile platforms. Enabling this causes the player's weapon to automatically fire when the reticle is over an enemy that is within range. Players will be given the option to select their preferred fire mode after launching. All players can change their preferred fire mode by navigating to options, custom HUD layout, then choosing the select fire mode option and confirming their selection. Tap to fire, a dedicated fire button, and auto fire. Some bug fixes. Thermal scoped AR now has proper visual effects. Vehicle passengers can now detonate remote explosives. What? Entering build mode while holding the fire button will no longer adversely affect your ability to build in the future. And the last thing on our entire Season 5 patch notes, health and shield numbers will no longer be displayed as your own while spectating. Woo, that is a lot of patch notes. What a huge patch. This is insane. Season 5 so far. Epic, in my opinion. I know there's some hate, and I know there was like videos going around of like, oh, Epic doesn't know what they're doing. The game's gonna die, blah, blah, blah. We've heard this with every game, guys. Here's the thing. Every game that gets big at one point will die at another point. It's going to happen. It might be 5, it might be 10 years. But here's the thing. Fortnite will eventually go down. Now, don't listen to all these videos of like, why? You know, we're nerfing double pump. We're blah, blah. There's so many things to complain about in any game you ever played. Epic knows what they are doing. I don't talk to anybody at Epic. I don't have any reason to say this. They don't pay me or anything. I'm just telling you my personal opinion. Epic is doing a great job. I've played a lot of games in my life, and I'm telling you, I have never, ever seen a company like this put out so much content. This is unnecessary. They really do not have to do this, but they do this for us. Yes, of course they do this to sell skins and make some money too, but all these things they added like carts and stuff, they did not have to do that. That's a huge, huge undertaking in terms of coding and things like that. All the history, I mean, the storytelling, all of this is amazing. Epic's doing a great job. I think these patch notes are awesome and a step in the right direction. That is it, guys. Like, subscribe, click that notification bell, leave me a comment telling me if I forgot anything or what you are most excited about, and I will see you guys in the next video.